Hi.
Hello.
Who are you?
Well, Pax for short,
Pax.
but Prakriti is
Prakriti?
sort of the given name.
Very good.
The name to endeavor to live up to,
Well,
really.
Yes and no, That's what
Well,
you
I
are.
guess Pax is too, but I can be both.
Everybody's Prakriti.
Everybody is Prakriti. Everybody's me.
Everybody's you.
I am everybody.
That's the truth.
Which is a great segue into my question.
Okay, what is your question, Miss Prakriti?
So I'll lead in.
Yes.
If I have a big mission in this life, it is to affect mass positive change.
I see.
Yeah.
Which
Short
mass?
order, not tall order. And one of the ways in which I have found commitment to doing that is through mindfulness. And a lot of the reason why I love mindfulness as a practice is because it's secular. You only need your breath, no intermediaries, that kind of thing. Having said that, I am also super passionate about music. I think if there's one powerful way for human beings to access being present, presence of mind, being in the now, it's through music. And what's been on my mind a lot is how we can channel the essence of chanting and kirtan through this lens of mindfulness, this secular sort of approach, because I'm particularly passionate about working with teens, and when I teach them, their parents are involved, school boards are involved, there's this whole gamut of other energies around them. And they're pretty resistant to anything that sounds like religion or ideology. And even the word Om gets some flack, right? And yoga, and it's like, okay, these are all powerful, beautiful medicines. So are we to scale back on the approach that we take, or are we to channel it in a different way, or are we to just do it the way we do it and see what happens?
Well, who are we?
Who are we?
Which is the we you're talking about there?
We, the collective kirtanwalas in different manifestations.
Well, if you're talking to this particular piece of the collective, all he's going to do is keep singing the way he's been singing. That's what he does.
And if we're
he goes
talking
where
to
he's
me,
invited.
collective.
He doesn't promote himself. He doesn't go where he's not invited.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He's not trying to do anything to anybody. He just keeps chanting.
Yeah.
People keep coming, and then they don't come, and they come, and they go, and they come, and they go, and he keeps singing. That's what he does. Now, what do you do?
A very Katie response. I love it. It's very fluid.
What else could I do?
Everything as it is.
Well, that's what I do. And as far as, sharing practices with people is a good thing. But one must be a practitioner oneself and really have dealt with a lot of the issues that arise when you start doing practice. And then you can help people as those things arise in their practice. As far as going into the schools and stuff like that, I've given up even thinking about that because it's not going to happen in this culture.
Yeah.
In India, no problem, but here,
Yeah.
and it's just there's too much uptightness about church and state and all that, and I understand that on a political level, but it's also just people's fear of this and that. So I have no need to make anybody scared. And make anybody uptight. That's not how they open their hearts.
True.
So there's no reason to sing where it's not requested or wanted. And I think everything has its time and place. And I think best you share what you know with people who are interested and open to it. I don't think to try to force any doors open is really, the best, really the strategy that will work best in the long run.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you've worked with Sting, which I think is amazing. And it was, Mountain Hare Krishna is one of my fave tracks, and he just brings his Sting vibe to it, which is like a sting in the heart. And I think that's very powerful and impactful. And I'm just wondering if on a technical level, there's a way to approach chanting, kirtan, the essence of it, the spirit of it, but speak to a wider audience. What would that be?
No, there isn't.
No.
No. Just keep singing. Sting.
Maybe translate the mantra.
Sting. I jokingly asked him if he wanted to sing backup one day with me, and he laughed and he said, "Sure."
And then he did.
So then some months later, we did it, but it was just a joke, you know. And he wanted to. He had been listening to One Track Heart every day for a year while he did his practice, and because Sharon and David gave it to him when it first came out. But I didn't pursue him. I didn't pursue other people who came. A lot of big rock and rollers would come and sing with me, and then go away. And some of them played with me. They enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it. But I'm not a missionary. I got nothing to prove to anybody, and I don't want anybody to.
No, you don't.
I don't need to do that to anybody. That wouldn't be the best thing for them. If somebody wants to hang out, sure, great. You know.
Okay, but it was Sting. So, like, what was the coolest part about that?
Well, actually, there was a funny thing. So by the time I was ready to record, he was back in England.
Yeah.
So I had to.
Which makes sense, Governor.
I was gonna record my track and then send it to him. But in those days, there was no internet, and
Right.
so it was gonna cost a couple of grand to make a copy of the tape and get it to him. And I didn't have that, so I figured it wasn't gonna work. A friend of mine came up with the money. So I had the money.
What a blessing.
I sent it to him, and so he recorded like 5 or 6 tracks of melodies and harmonies on that. And at the end of one track, the song had ended, and he said, "Give me another track," you know, just like joking around, like another beer, you know. So when I mixed the CD, I made a special mix for him. So on that song, when I left that, where he says, "Give me another track," and then in a big booming voice, I went, "No," at the end. I don't think he ever heard it, but I sent it to him.
What, the word no or the
I don't think
track?
he ever heard that, you know, what it heard. I don't think.
Because I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah.
if Sting doesn't hear no often.
But
that's cool that you...
But yeah, so that was fun. But no, he wanted to do it because he loved the chanting, and he loves the chanting. So, and he's a really great guy.
Yeah.
Good person. One of the good guys.
Have you found that kind of energy magnetizes to you because it's found its way to something resonant with what you sing, right? So a Sting maybe has been meditating, has heard the chanting and that kind of thing,
Sure.
and so...
He's been to India a few times.
Right,
too.
magnetizes for that reason. Have you had anyone, you know, in that realm magnetized to you just because, you know, it organically happens, or they're like, I want to do something totally different and wild, so I'm going to experiment with this.
A lot of things, you know. Walter Becker used to play with me a lot, Steely Dan.
Yeah.
We used to have a great time, and he loved it because he didn't have to play a lot. He could just play, and he didn't have to like think about chord changes and stuff like that, and he enjoyed it. It was great.
Just like organic flow.
Quite a number of people have been fun. Some of my heroes, you know. So. But it's all because, you know, it's because they understand that there's something in the chanting that's different than just music. Music is not enough by itself. It gives you a little hit, but it passes. You don't want it to pass. You want something that doesn't pass. The only thing that wouldn't pass is something that doesn't come either. So what doesn't come or go is who we are, which is underneath all our thoughts and emotions and all that stuff. There's our true essence. So the chanting is something that brings us in touch with that essence. And that's not, the music is useful, kind of gather the mind in a little bit, give you a little bit of emotional hit, maybe the chord changes mean something, but it's the repetition of the name, that's the medicine. So that's the big
How
thing.
so? Like, what is it about that gets us under that dopamine rush layer, right? That quick hit to
Paying
something
attention.
more essential.
Paying attention.
Mindfulness.
Being here, yeah. So on one level, chanting can be just like a concentration practice, just like a mindfulness practice. However, they do say in India that these names are like seeds that have their own, they have a power within them, or what's the word?
They have a potency of their own,
Potency
right?
of their own, yeah. So that the repetition of them actually increases that potency and allows it to affect us in a very deep way. That's what they say. So there might be something to that.
I think there's scores of people out there that would agree, myself included.
Very good. Well,
You know?
that's for each one of you to agree or not agree by yourself. I'm not selling you nothing.
I know you
You
aren't.
have to do the practice.
Except Jai.
You know,
and it's really
that's
good.
free. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And
But
you
yeah,
get to,
no,
and you
there's-
get to keep the cup for free. So
Woo! So I get it
So,
signed too? Do you have a Sharpie? Because that would be
can do.
amazing.
Can do.
Can we do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
So I don't want to fangirl out too long
Okay.
and delay the process and take too much more of your time, but
I appreciate you coming.
I appreciate your energy
Good.
and your words and the way
And-
that you've inspired me to continue.
Keep practicing. That's the main thing. The
I
deeper
will.
you go, the more you can share with other people.
I
Remember,
shall.
it's sharing. It's not teaching so much. It's you got to become it first.
Yeah.
The more
Ooh,
you
that's
the more
good.
you become it, the easier it is for other people to get it.
I received that gem. I take that. That's going to sit on this finger right
Okay,
here.
very good.
The invisible, visible gem.
Okay, cool.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
I too was very involved in alcohol and drugs at a young age. I too admired Timothy Leary, and I admired the whole San Francisco scene with the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
And I'm in recovery.
Wow, that's
and I
great.
have over 22 years.
Beautiful.
I had time before.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, it's all about consistency. It's all about, I always say I wear smart feet because I know where they've been. I don't want them to go back to where they were.
Uh-huh.
You know, and that, you know, I was homeless one time ago.
Ah.
You know, Salvation Armies and places like that. And it's all because, you know, I didn't take the word change. I came into the, I first went to Amityville, South Oaks Hospital.
Uh-huh.
I was there when I was 26 years old.
Uh-huh.
And that was 1980. And they talked about change. They talked about people, places, and things, and I couldn't, let go of the whole Grateful Dead scene. All right, I need a sip of this because I am a little nervous. I mean, it's such a blessing sitting here with you. I'm like,
In the diner, yeah.
Yeah,
This
the
is
diner,
special.
yeah. I went up to Brahma Kumaris to a retreat, and I met some people up there, and they were like, you kind of remind me of somebody. And I said, well, who? This musician, Krishna Das. You kind of, because I was talking about energies and talking about spirituality and stuff. And I was like, okay.
Want to sit over here? I could ask you a question.
No, but it was just the energies. And then I went on YouTube. And then I just started to like your music, it just was just so lifting and I just felt it being so healing. You're chanting, and it was, I just got so uplifted.
Wonderful.
Music is healing. I'm a musician myself, but through the years of 12-step and through the years of meditation, because I also practice. I go to Zen monasteries. I go there, and
Cool.
I'm like a shish kebab on a stick when it comes to spirituality. I'm reading Hinduism. I read the Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita. Suzuki Roshi to Thich Nhat Hanh. I'm like a sponge, and it's like it keeps me centered. It fulfills this need, and it's, like I said, I haven't drank or used anything for a lot of years, but when it comes to the, to spiritual practice, the spiritual practice is what helped me escalate into a better person, confidence, also marrying the right woman, which was very, very helpful.
Great.
Which helped me, with my goals, getting my GED since I was a high school dropout. I didn't even finish high school. So, I'm 64. I'll be 65 in July.
You're a kid.
Yeah. But, I make meetings, quite a few. I'm very involved. I do service. I go into hospitals. I do service.
Cool.
And I just keep it, going, because I don't want to be where where I've been years ago.
Yeah.
And when I was, watching, your DVD, One Track Heart, and listening to you share, I was like really, really, taken, and when you had tears in your eyes, I was just like wow, I really felt it, and I'm just very blessed, very, very happy just to even sit here sharing with you.
Cool.
Like I said, when I'm in traffic, I put you on.
I ought to do that.
And the traffic, I'm telling you, I behave myself.
That's good.
I don't care about traffic. I sit and I start chanting to you.
I have a new practice that I do when I'm driving. I just imagine that every other driver is the Dalai Lama, right? So when they cut me off and I go, oh, Your Holiness, yeah, please, you must go. Yeah, you need to go, fine. Why don't you get out of the way? Your Holiness, you just drive the way you want to. So that kind of shortcuts some of my bullshit on the road.
I've seen him too.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I've seen him quite a
Great.
few times.
Amazing being.
Up at the Beacon, Radio City.
How far out? Yeah.
Town
Oh,
Hall.
good. Yeah, I saw him at the beginning.
I have
too.
a lot of books, and
Yeah.
a lot of books, Tibetan Buddhism, and
Great.
because the
Very good.
Tibetan Buddhism also goes hand in hand with the Zen Buddhism, Thich
Sure.
Nhat Hanh.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's all good stuff.
It is. All
And
of it.
and that's what it's all about is doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I have so much here, but I know, I said a lot
Yeah.
in a short time.
You did. You said a lot. Yeah. It's good to fill our hearts and minds with the Dharma, with that stuff.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be thinking anyway, so it's good to fill it with the good thoughts. thoughts that help us become good, remain on the path and keep us thinking the right things and make our hearts available for others. It's the good work, definitely.
Yeah, as you know, there's so much, but
Yeah.
how could everything be squeezed in such a short amount of time?
Yeah.
And I am a little nervous, but
What's important to you to talk about? What's a big thing for you?
I would just say, life on life terms, intuitively know how to handle situations that used to baffle us. I always say that will always baffle us. But, through the years, I learned to have this thing, we call it a toolkit, and knowing what to do
Yeah.
when certain events prop up. And it's like it's automatic. It's
Yeah.
automatic.
That's the best.
And I'm grateful that I had that built in me. I'm grateful that I've changed the way I have changed, because who's sitting here today isn't the same person that's from so many years ago. And I also too got to say again that I have to give my wife a lot of credit. My wife has helped me in so many ways.
Great.
My wife's from Brazil.
That's
My wife.
mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. My wife's from Belo Horizonte in Brazil.
I've been there.
And she came here with a suitcase and $100 in her pocket. And she's a registered nurse.
Oh, wow.
And me, when she met me, I was in the Volunteers of America, and they were helping me. I met her in night school, going for my GED. She was helping me, and we just grew and grew together. And from me being in the Salvation Army, I live out in I have a house that's paid for out in Franklin Square.
Fantastic.
And it's just all because I don't drink, I don't drug, and I just do the footwork, And but as I said, your music. I was up at 86th Street, and the Volunteers of America was right around the block on 85th Street, called the Brandon House, and I used to stay in the hotel all the way down the block that they paid for me to stay there.
Wow.
And that was 1987.
Wow.
Yeah.
30 years.
Yeah, I had time, and went up just for 2 years, and just drinking, and I came back, and I came back the same day Jerry passed away.
Oh,
Jerry Garcia. My wife is coming back from California. I was. I felt so guilty, and drinking again, and I went back to this meeting place called Al-Anon House, which I also too was, chairing meetings, and I stay.
Wow, good.
There's nowhere to go no more.
Yeah.
Church, a monastery, or a retreat. That's where I go today.
Beautiful.
There's nowhere else to go. I've done it all, and I'm grateful to be where I am. And I hope I've been making sense, because it's like, is this really a dream? I'm sitting here sharing all this with you.
That's good.
But I am, how, I'm very, very happy. And I'm so happy with the music that you make. It's
Thank
just,
you.
And this is a little bit of me.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's some pictures taken in Maui.
Oh, wow.
My first trip there. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they're all written by me.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Some spiritual songs, but
Thank you so much.
I'm just wow.
Good.
It is all good. It's all good when you do good. And I hope to put my son in college, and I've done things that my father didn't do for me. Brian is 30 years old. Yeah, he's a social worker.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Very good.
He went to Stony Brook.
Oh, yeah, so did I. Yeah. Went to Stony Brook for parts of 2 or 3 years, I think. It's hard to remember. It was the Berkeley of the East Coast.
I know, the
crazy.
new riders used to be out
Used
there
to be.
quite
Yeah,
a
I
bit.
saw everybody out there. Everybody.
And, going to Port Jefferson, and, but take him there for lunch and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But he made something of himself.
Good. Very good.
And it's, I just, wow, when I get home and share with my wife, she's going to, she's really happy for me.
Good. Very good.
Yeah, I'm happy for myself.
That's a good thing.
It
Good
really,
thing.
really is.
Big thing.
Wow. Wow.
Good. Thank you
Really?
so much. Yeah. Thanks for coming in.
I just, hope I made sense.
Absolutely.
It's a gift.
Every part of it. Thank you so much for
It
coming.
really is a gift.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Take care, huh?
Yeah.
Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Hanuman. Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Rama Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Rama Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Rama Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Rama Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, 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 Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Rama Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Rama Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Rama Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Rama Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Bhajan, Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir, Bhajaram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman. Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir, Bhajaram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman. Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir, Bhajaram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman. Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir, Bhajaram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir, Bhajaram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir, Bhajaram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhajan Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhajaram Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhajaram Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhajaram Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhajaram Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhajaram Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhajaram Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhajaram Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhajaram Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Mahavir Bhajaram Shri Ram Ram, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Bhajalo ji Hanuman, Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Mahavir Bhaj Ram, Shri Ram Ram, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman, Bhaj Lord Hanuman.